Aha! It didn't freeze. Awesome.
Yay!
Hi.
Hi!
So we're going to be channeling Voltaire today, aka my baby's daddy. We're really excited. Is it
You
just
are excited.
I'm
You've
re-
been all up in your biz for like a week at least.
yeah,
Huh.
has been all over me like white on rice. All right.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna take off my glasses. Is it just me, or are we quiet today, or is that just
We're
me?
quiet.
What?
Huh. What
Okay.
happened to us?
Oh, I'm just kind of totally chill right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, he's ready. He's ready. Hold on. I have to get rid of my Google. He makes me so giggly. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. I'm gonna calm down now. He's so cute.
You are cute.
Hmm.
Gosh, I get it. I get that fifth energy. Whew.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It never gets any easier.
Hmm. What's not easy about it? Settle in, then tell me.
Yes. 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 Oh. Mm. Getting used to it. Give me a minute.
Okay.
It's just the feeling of being in a body again is very shocking.
Uh, like, is it like jumping in an ice cold pool? Ugh.
No,
That's
just
good.
feeling sensations I haven't felt in a while. There's a nail here. I have to be careful of that.
Hi, Volty. How are you?
Well, I see you're doing all right yourself.
I am. Are you paying attention and following along?
I always have been. I have
Oh.
to with you, or else I lose track and I can't keep up.
That's so funny. I know. I need you around. I need you around to help me spill the beans when I need a bean spilled. Thank you for always helping me learn stuff.
Yes, of course.
So today you're going to help us learn some stuff, huh? You know
Yes,
why you're here, right? Because we didn't
I
really talk
believe
about it
so.
before.
I believe so. And there's a couple topics I wish to discuss.
Okay.
One of which is relationships with spirits. I don't know why she put her hair down. Relationships with spirit and engaging emotionally and physically with a spirit. Also, astral projection, how to travel to wherever, whenever you
Yeah.
please. Um, where to begin? I'm trying to develop the lecture in my head, and I didn't quite plan ahead. That's my fault.
Welcome to my world. I could ask a question,
Okay.
and you can make it. You can go wherever you want with it. But I guess I'll start with because you are having the benefit of understanding both sides.
Yes.
How does it feel from a human compared to a spirit when you're having that energetic connection?
As a human, when I would have these visitations, a lot of the time I wouldn't remember who came to visit me. And it would be frustrating because all I would have was the memory of the feeling I felt. And looking at feeling this intense love and connection with another soul that I don't have on earth. And I would always try to remember as best I could. But it never happened. It wasn't until I died that I finally was able to figure it out. And it was quite surprising for me. Who I found out who it was and why.
Share it.
When I was alive, I would often have visitations from not only spirit, but extraterrestrials as well. And when it came to spirits, it was actually my Heather who would come to visit me in my dreams and help me with inspiration when I needed it. She was there when I needed her most, even when I didn't realize it. I would often feel relaxed for no reason, even when I was incredibly stressed. When I was saddened, especially after Emily's death, I took refuge in her and Heather without remembering that I had done so. And that's how it is for a lot of people. A lot of people have these connections with spirit that they don't even realize that they have and some symptoms of that would be feeling a longing for a connection or another soul that you don't know exists, or you can't put your finger on it, or you quite can't understand why you feel this way.
Yeah.
And it could be that that's in your dream state or astral state, you're connecting with somebody that you once knew before this lifetime, or someone you may meet in the future.
Some people maybe, as they're listening to this, may be wondering, getting the thought twin flame in their mind when you're talking about this longing.
No, and not always. It doesn't have to be a twin flame in order for it to be intense.
Right. Do you and H, I'm not going to get in trouble, you can, I'm not. Hermione?
Oh, that's right, I said her name. Oh dear. You know, when I changed my name to Voltaire, people could not stick with it for the longest time. So I understand.
It's tricky. It really is. So is it something that you guys do for each other back and forth, or
Yes.
did it just? Oh God, that's so sweet. So is that like a prearranged? Oh, how
Yes.
sweet.
And now that I think about it, time is not linear, but for this conversation, let's say it is.
Okay.
When I crossed over, my first instinct was to go and find her, whoever this was. After I had met with my family and seen my loved ones again, and have you call it the review. I don't call it that. I call it a grand show.
I love that. It's the grand show.
I went to find her, and I was quite surprised. It all connected. It clicked in my head. Everything that had happened, her visiting me as an extraterrestrial, her helping me in my lifetime, and then I saw how I would help her in return in the lifetime as H. I will just say that. And it was all happening all at once. All of it. So there was no beginning and there was no end to our relationship. It was a constant swirl. Never ending.
Wow. Huh. I don't even know what question to ask, but I always have a good question. I'm
Well,
fishing.
let's talk about what it's like to be in a relationship with a spirit. So say
Yes.
you've established the relationship, you know who it is, and you want to continue on from there. Some people will consider it taboo. Some people call it evil. Some people will say that you just have sexual tensions that you need to release, so you're placing it on a spirit. And all those may be true. But 9 out of 10 times it isn't. Usually people with those other issues tend to show more symptoms. Sexual tension, maybe they have addictive behaviors. But that's just an example.
Okay.
When you establish this relationship with a spirit, it's complicated, it's frustrating, it's not a walk in the park, because you're in totally two different planes of existence. One's higher up and one is lower. And it makes it quite difficult, and you have to meet each other halfway. So I have to lower myself a little bit so that she can hear and see me and feel me, and she has to raise her vibration a little bit more, and we have a halfway point where we meet. And sometimes with the spirit relationships, we're there just like any other guide. But instead of it being a platonic relationship, it is romantic in nature. So through our love, I teach, everyone's different, but with H, I teach her how to open up more to her abilities, how to let go and break down her barriers, and also to help her as a writer. These are all things that I'm teaching her, and teaching her that it's okay to be different, to have different kinds of relationships, because I know I did. And people often judged me for it. So I prepare her for that judgment and help build up a strength within her so it does not affect her. For others, it may be developing self-love. Most of the times that's the case. People learn to love themselves through another, and oftentimes that's why someone's twin flame comes into the picture, because your twin flame is essentially you. You're falling in love with yourself, and you're having sex with yourself. And you learn to love yourself through loving another, because it seems almost impossible to love yourself. So you have to give it out to someone else who is you.
It made me cry. Tell me how it is what do you do to lower your vibration? And I know that doesn't mean, you're like depressed and stuff.
No, of course not. No. I like to think of it as going down a staircase. That's how I often imagine it.
Okay.
But I have to condense my energy into a ball. And how do I explain this? It's not that I have to think about things that make me sad or angry. Just because I'm at a lower vibration does not mean that I'm prone to be more angry or anything. You can be at a tremendously high vibration and still feel anger sometimes.
Okay.
There's more of condensing my energy and focusing on connecting with her. That helps me to lower it a little bit. I can't lower it too much. It proves quite difficult for me. However, she's able to do that. Raise it. And
Okay.
we meet each other at a halfway point. Sometimes it's a little off, but it's closer than we were before.
Okay, so would it be like, well, almost like I don't know, I feel like what you're doing is visualizing and setting intentions, just like a human would almost.
That's exactly how it is. It works the same.
Okay. So it's basically magic.
It is
Just
magic.
kidding. But I mean, it's so simple. I mean, I know it's hard for people, but once you get it, it's so simple.
It really is that simple. Some people try to make it more difficult than it has to be, and it doesn't have to be like that. What she does is she meditates and focuses on her love for me, and that attracts me to her, and it helps us find a pocket, a space where we're both mutually equal in our vibrations, and it's that shared love, that bond we have for one another.
Aw. Well, let me make it all about me, because I've been trying to practice with you.
Yes, you've been doing quite well.
Really?
I think so. I'm able to go into your body. The only thing is for you to shut off that head of yours and just let it happen. Surrender.
Okay.
Surrender to me.
Okay. Well, these experiences are often sexy to me. And that's my problem, is that I respect that relationship you have with her, so I resist the feeling. Because
trance channeling is very intimate. You are completely surrendering yourself to spirit, as I am surrendering myself to you. I'm trusting you to have a healthy mind, body, and soul in order for me to go in and not become harmed. Not that I could become harmed, but feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's trust on both sides. I encourage you to embrace those feelings.
Okay. Okay.
Because you will find that they're not quite what they seem. They may seem romantic in nature because trance channeling in itself is very intimate, and you may translate that to romance, but that's not what it is.
No, it's not, and I do already have for you, so that plays into it a little bit too. I think that will benefit the process. But my main motivation is I really want you to be her date when we're walking around your hood.
My
That would be
home.
so fun, right?
I would love
So I'm
that.
looking forward to that. So you mentioned a pocket. Exactly where are we going in Astral?
Wherever you wish to go. Uh, when you astral project, this is quite different than connecting at the same vibration.
Okay. Okay.
There's many different ways in which you can astral project. What I recommend doing is doing it in your sleep first, because it's much harder to be fully awake while you're trying to achieve this, because your mind, your conscious mind, is awake and it gets in the way, telling you
Okay.
can't do this or you're making things up. Because a lot of the time it'll feel like a dream, or it'll feel like fantasizing in your head.
Yes.
Um, so I suggest meditating, of course. However you do that, that's up to you. And finding a good technique to use. One good technique is to first open up all the chakras and to focus on your third chakra last, and imagine yourself pulling yourself out of your body and then pulling out through your crown chakra as well. And when you reach a point of feeling a vibration all throughout your body, fall asleep. Go to bed. Because that vibrating is really your soul, ready to come out of your body. And the last part of it is quite difficult while you're awake, because you may become frightened. You may doubt, and it'll shoot you right back into your body. You're floating just above it at this point, and you may hear crackling in your ears, like static. Just fall asleep. It's quite simple. The energy may be too strong, but try to fall asleep. It'll make it much easier. You will astral project yourself, because in a way you already have. You just haven't gone anywhere.
Okay. Let me go back a little bit. When you said open up your chakras, I want to help people understand that that's, again, a visualization. You just visualize your
Yes.
chakras opening. There's no, magic button to push.
Right,
So it's
just
all
imagine.
see it.
You can imagine it as a door. You can imagine just a light poking through, like a hole in your body, and opening it up. Whatever works for you.
Okay. And I have a question.
Yes.
Um, Now, when we're, having like a romantic, sexy encounter on purpose, how do you get pleasure from it? How do we make you guys feel good?
That was another thing I wanted to discuss, because so many people who are in these relationships feel that the spirit's not getting anything in return, and that's a lie. We're
Okay.
getting more than enough. The fact we don't have a want and we don't have needs anymore. Perhaps it is a want a little bit, because for humans it's hard to understand that you like something without wanting it first. So let's just
Okay.
say for you to understand that there is want, but
Okay.
not to the degree that you feel you're at a lack.
Okay. That makes
For
sense.
us, that love is what drives us, because we all are love. That's all what we're made out of. And when I connect with her through this love, it makes me feel whole, because she's a part of me. She's part of who I am and what I am. And it's hard to describe. It's very strong. But for her, she may feel it physically. And it's cutting out. I keep pausing because of that. For her, it feels physically, but for me, I feel it on all throughout my body. My entire essence, my entire being itself feels it all. And it's different than a physical orgasm, because I don't have a body. But it feels, let's just say it does feel like that, but it's continuous. It never stops.
Ah. Oh. It's like your body's electric, huh?
Yes.
Mine is anyway. Well, can you answer this question then? Because, well, I guess I could ask Avery, but I'll ask you. He's not spirit; he's flesh.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does he Does he benefit in the same way you might?
His will be different, but he can feel it physically through energy, the same way you would, same exact way you
Okay.
would.
Okay. So, how do I know what to do with him? Because he
Do the
says he
same. Do the same
turns
thing.
and squeezes.
Just keep doing what you're doing. However, he says that what works for him works for him.
Okay, I'll ask because I don't know yet. I'll ask. Okay, I also wanted to ask. A lot of people feel almost unworthy. They come to me and they're dying to tell about who their spirit lovers are, but they're like famous, they're rock stars or whatever, and they feel like people won't believe them. What do you say about that?
It's
Is it more
really not.
common
It's more about them projecting their own insecurities onto others, judging them because they're already judging themselves.
Right.
Once you let go the fact that you could be wrong because you're not, you can't make up emotions or feelings,
Okay.
then you won't care anymore whether someone believes you or not. You won't care if somebody judges you or not. Because really, at the end of the day, I still have my own opinions. I feel sorry for people that don't know what kind of relationship this is. Because a relationship with spirit, whether intimate or not, it always opens you up a little bit more with your abilities. You call it abilities.
Okay. And what about people that that don't feel confident in that they can connect? How would they go about attracting a spirit lover? And is it just you just pick one that you like? You know what I mean?
It's
How does
much
that work?
like dating. You have to resonate with one another, and if you don't, then it won't work. Yeah, sure, pick out one that you like. Or it could be a past loved one. It could just be a feeling. It doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could just be someone in your heart that you know exists, but you're not quite sure.
And what would motivate that spirit to come and check it out?
Love. We're all dying to connect with one another, whether you're in the physical or not. Even spirit loves to connect with other spirits because we're all one and we love to be around each other. We love connections. It's not how humans are thinking, where you have to reciprocate. Oh, I give you this, you give me that, and we have an equal partnership. It's not like that. Just exist and love, and we get plenty.
Oh. Let me ask some more. I don't know if you are comfortable with sharing this with me, but do you have like a bigger connection with Hermina than we already know about? I mean, you've already shared so much, and it's so special, but I don't know. Got anything else?
Let's see. She and I have always been very passionate in nature towards each other. That's just how our souls are towards one another.
Okay.
But we don't always have a lifetime together. And not always is it a happy one, even if we do. But I find myself hard to stay away from her. Even in spirit, I've been with her throughout her entire life. And I liked watching her grow. I thought she was the cutest child. And I don't know how to explain it. It just is what it is. It's not more intense. It's not more. It's not better than any other relationship with any other soul, because that would insinuate that there are levels, and there isn't.
Right.
And she is not my twin flame, but just because you have a twin flame does not mean that connection is more powerful than others.
Okay. Right. I think I have one, and I'm kind of indifferent at this point. Isn't that strange?
It's all right. You don't have to have this grand twin flame experience everyone always talks about.
Yeah, and they don't have to be your twin to give it to you either.
No, they do not. I'm very much evidence of that.
Yes, I lived it. So, okay, what other questions did I have for you? I don't know. Let me look at the little thing we were talking about. Oh, here's one. Okay, I'm a little shy to ask this. Well, I'll try to clean it up a little bit. But when we do astral project, am I like, am I leaving in just my sock and naked? Or do
No.
I like take a moment to get dressed and what happens? Do I
In
need to brush my
astral,
teeth?
in astral, you can choose how you want to present yourself to others. You can be
Okay.
a tree if you wanted. You can be a tall blue extraterrestrial. You could be yourself in your sock. However you choose, that's up to
Okay.
you.
Okay, so like hygiene and grooming and shit doesn't matter.
Right. A lot of the times in astral, much H does not remember, but she presents herself as Pimpette to me, my love.
Yeah, tell me about that. I want to hear it all. Go.
Our story? Or
Yeah, I want to hear about Pimpette. Yeah, I want to hear it.
give me a second, I just keep laughing about it. When I was a young boy, my first love was a young Protestant refugee named Catherine. However, she called herself Pimpette, and others called her that as well as a little pet name for her. It fit her personality quite well. A lot of the same things, she has a lot of the same characteristics that H has. The same laugh, they have the same exact laugh.
Wow.
And they have the same sense of humor. Very childish, very inappropriate,
That's
especially
what
for
she
the
said.
time. Yes, she would tell the equivalent of that. She wouldn't say anything, she would just giggle to herself, and I would know what she was thinking. But we weren't meant to be. Because I was Catholic and she was Protestant, we weren't allowed to be together. That, and she was already betrothed to marry another man. But we almost eloped. I tried so hard to get her to come with me and run away, but she had better senses than I did. She was much more grounded than I
Aw.
was. It would not have turned out well had we followed through with it. But it would have been a very passionate relationship.
Uh-huh. Huh.
I
Well, I
loved
wonder about
her. Huh?
us. I just had a thought. I have thoughts, Just wondering about her and I. I'm sure we've had a passionate relationship at some point.
Yes,
We just
you
had
have.
to.
You have. She was a very good husband to you in your life.
I love it. Tell me a little bit.
We two both lived on a farm. Hold on, let me try and pick it up. She was very sexually driven, and you had complications in your marriage because she wanted sex too much, and you were at an imbalance. That was your biggest problem in your relationship, was not enough or too much sex. And out of any kind of problems you could have in a marriage, I think that that's probably one of the best ones you could choose.
Okay. Yeah, too much sex. I hate that.
You only had one child. A lot of them died during childbirth.
Aw.
But you lived to an old age. It was a very simple life. You two just
Oh,
wanted to test out the waters, how it would be if you were husband and wife, and it worked out quite well.
how funny. Thank you. Was it America? Where were we?
It was somewhere in old America, more up north near Canada.
Okay. How funny. I'm gonna buy her a wedding ring. Huh. All right, let me see. I don't know what else. What else do we learn about astral?
Oh, a lot of times in astral, you become frightened because a lot of issues that you didn't realize you had that are in your subconscious begin to morph itself up to the front. So when you're in your astral state, sometimes scenarios will pop in and you can relive those scenarios and you can change them. You can time travel through to the future, to the past, to other timelines, And just because you're doing that does not mean you're impacting the future or the past in a negative way. You
Do we all
can,
do this? Do we all do this, or
yes,
just
every single person does this.
okay? Are we doing it more right now because it's this, vibration raising time, or no?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
What else can you do in astral? I was getting back to the discussion about overcoming your fears.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So you overcome your fears by knowing that you hold the control. It's best when you first start to do this to ask for guidance from somebody to help hold your hand throughout the astral visitation.
Okay.
They will tell you have control, you can control this, and use your imagination, practice your creativity. If there's a shark coming at you, pretend the shark no longer has any more teeth. Or
Okay.
the shark, I don't know what else the shark can do.
So you can like work it all out symbolically then.
Yes, you can.
Okay. And and do we sometimes remember these as dreams? Is that what it
Yes,
seems
many
like to
times
us?
people mistake their astral visitations as dreams. However, just because it's a dream and not astral visitation doesn't make it any less real. Your dreams are just as real as your awake state.
What is a dream exactly? What's the difference between a dream and like an astral adventure?
There really is no difference. The only
Okay.
difference lies
Okay.
within your own understanding of it. Sometimes in astral, which I would agree that all dreams happen in astral, that sometimes you're just picking up on what you saw that day and you're replaying it and you're using your imagination. And that's really what spirit does anyway, is we use our imagination to create our own afterlife. It's the same thing.
Okay. Let me ask a specific question about a specific dream. Heather had a really funny dream. It actually reminded me of you because our friend Sarah in the dream was dead, and she suggested we just prop her body up and nobody would know. But for example, what's going on that? Because I don't think Sarah's
That
going to
was
die or anything.
that was an astral visitation. She had so much stress and so much worry. She had asked for our help. I helped with that dream, and that was my idea, by the way.
It's so funny.
I thought it would be, because it was hilarious to me. But she was so stressed out about this event that we decided, what's the worst case scenario? Now let's twist it and make it funny so she can laugh about it. And it was all of us together. Even you were there in astral with her, and so was Sarah. Life with Sarah.
This makes me cry. So funny. Oh, Volty, I love you so much.
And I
Fuck.
love you.
Oh. You're going to come, right? You're going to come to Stardust?
Of course I am. I wouldn't go
That's right.
anywhere. She needs me. I can't go anywhere without her.
So will you put her mind at ease so when she watches this, she's going to know that it's going to go great? I already know.
Everything is going to work out splendidly.
I think it's going to be better than she can imagine.
It'll all be fine. No more headaches other than the ones she creates in her own head.
Self-sabotage. Knock that off. All right, Volty. I think I'm going to cut you loose unless you can think of something else. I don't know. I don't mean to cut you loose. You keep going along.
A fun fact
Oh, let me hear one.
today has nothing to do with you, by the way.
Okay. Damn it.
Is that I've decided on calling Miss H Pimpette again. Makes my heart feel warm inside whenever I call her that.
I think I'd like to too. Do you mind?
I do not mind at all.
Okay.
In fact, I suggest everyone call her that. She needs to change her name.
That's right. Pimpette. Fuck, I love that.
All right.
All right, Volty. I think I'm going to sign off.
Thank you so much. I enjoy your company.
Thank you. I enjoy yours too. I'm going to practice some more and I'm going to surrender.
Of course, yes.
I'm all yours, babe. Let's do it.
If I could wink, I would at you. Wink.
Okay. All right, I love you and I'll talk to you as soon as I can, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Ugh. Hi.
I love him. I love him. Fuck, I love him.
I love him too.
Ah, he's so funny. He was so funny. Anyway, we're all calling you Pimpette from now on.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Oh, that was only 35 minutes. Oh, that's all right.
I know. I made it a little short just because I did. I
Well,
didn't know what else to talk about, and
it's all right. Okay.
it's all right. I was like
Well,
melting in these
also,
seats. What?
before we go, I wanted to talk about our next Stardust event since the first one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
already sold out. The second one's going to happen in October at Carrie's house,
That's right.
which is super exciting. And we're going to have a costume party.
That's right.
So I'm going to come in your best costume because we're going to have a costume contest and see who wins. And
We're having a contest. Okay.
yeah,
Let's do
I
a
decided
contest.
that just now.
Okay.
So
Just now.
Just now. So you know that's happening now. Surprise!
Great. Okay, we'll come up with some judges and prizes. It's on.
Yep. So all the details about it are going to be in the link in the below the video, right? That's where they go. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll find it. We're so whatever.
So whatever.
I want to say something too that I forget every single time, and that is people are like trying to join left and right, but we're a little bit particular. We would like for you to answer some questions because we're just trying to avoid trolls and bratty brats.
Bratty brats.
So
yeah,
because
absolutely.
there's fake robot people out there sometimes too.
Yeah, we're talking about the Stardust Facebook group, by the way. I'm
Sorry.
very like absolutely zero tolerance about bullying, even if it's passive aggressive. Like
You can't even be a little tiny bit dicky or you're out of there because we are of light and love.
Right. Plus, like, I don't get paid for Stardust, so if you're going to make my job harder than it has to be, out you go.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't have to put up with that bullshit. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it.
All right.
That's all I got.
Pimpette. That was really nice. Okay, but Volti says I'm doing great with my practice with him, so I'm going to keep that up.
And then one day, maybe you can trans-channel him for Stardust.
Yeah, totally. And I want him to be your date when we're in Europe.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to even be there. I want just you two to be there. I'll be in the background.
We'll have a
somewhere.
picnic in front of his house.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And I also want to switch places so that you can be the one talking to Sam like this.
Oh,
I want to be Sam.
Oh. Yes.
Then all your loves will look like me for you.
Hey.
Because all of our loves look like you.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, it was Joshy. Joshy.
All right, I was just saying how all my loves look like you. So no wonder I'm crazy about you. Just kidding. Found out a little juicy stuff about us. I don't know if I should tell you or not.
Well, we'll stop the recording and then you can tell me.
Right. All right, you guys. So we
Bye.
love you. We'll Stardust you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.